Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the Houston Texans, which is a team that you see
Enough of on this channel, but we're still going to talk about them because at the end of the day, I'm excited for my Bayou City boys. There's a lot of good, positive things that they have going on in this offseason. We'll start it with a couple different things here. Obviously, signing D'Amico Ryans is a huge plus. D'Amico Ryans is going to bring a culture change. He kind of already has, to a point where you see a lot of excitement and joy and optimism about the future in Houston. The other good thing that they've done, there's actually a couple. They extended Laramie Tunsil. 3 years, $75 million, $25 a year. You got to protect the quarterback, but we'll get to the quarterback position here in a second because obviously that's around most of the excitement in Houston. You guys traded Brandon Cooks for a discounted price, which was interesting, but then again, I'm kind of sure everybody in Houston just wanted that to be over with. And then you signed Robert Woods, which now I understand the Bayou City boys aren't upset with this move, and I'm not necessarily upset with it either, but bringing in a guy who's 31 years old, I mean, it's going to add veteran leadership to the locker room, right? But at the end of the day, he has not been performing nearly as much as he should. He hasn't done well since he's had that ACL tear. I pray that Robert Woods ends up being a good signing for the Houston Texans. I'm just not 100% sure he's going to be. If that's the worst thing I could say about the Houston Texans offseason, though, they got a bright future ahead. Let's look at the draft quick. An absolute shocker, by the way. And if you were there, it was one of the most exciting things that we've seen on this network so far, watching the draft and seeing the Houston Texans trade back up to number 3. Drafting number 2, CJ Stroud, quarterback out of Ohio State. He's going to most likely be the starter day 1. He should be the starter day 1. And honestly, he should bring a lot of optimism to Houston Texans fans. I say optimism because I don't think it's going to translate right this year. 3rd overall pick, Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama. Now, that's somebody who is going to be an immediate disruption to every offensive line he goes up against. Will Anderson Jr. is a stud, standing 6'3". He had 50.5 tackles for loss and 34.5 sacks during 3 years in college. Will Anderson Jr. is going to be a nightmare for quarterbacks on the opposite side moving forward for years to come. The funny part is those two might not even be the best pick that the Houston Texans had this year. In round 3, they drafted Nathaniel Dell, otherwise known as Tank Dell if you watch any of the Bayou City boys. 5'8", 165 pounds, but he's explosive and he was highly productive. He led the NCAA in receiving yards with almost 1,400. He had 17 touchdowns. He was second in receptions with 109. They got a proven guy who can catch the ball and do things with it downfield. Moving forward, I feel really, really good about the Houston Texans. I feel really, really, really good about the Houston Texans. And sometimes I question it because of the bad history they've had, but maybe this is their time. Maybe this is where the Houston Texans end up becoming a franchise. Let's look at their schedule. Let's not get a little crazy yet. Hear me out. Week 1.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Avery from the SLG Network here. Sorry to interrupt your video, but I did just want to let you know that more than 90% of our viewers are not subscribed to the SLG Network. So please, do us a quick favor. It'd mean the world to us. Go and hit that subscribe button at the bottom of the video. I appreciate you.
I have you guys losing on the road at Baltimore. If you're shocked by that, I'm sorry. Week 2, I have you winning at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 3, I have you losing on the road to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 4, I have you losing at home to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be one of the worst franchises in the NFL this year, but they're still the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're still Mike Tomlin. And you guys struggle to stop the run. I think they're going to go back to a heavy dosage of that this year. Week 5, you win against the Atlanta Falcons. Week 6, you lose at home against the New Orleans Saints. After the bye week, you guys win on the road at Carolina. You win at home against Tampa Bay. You lose to the Cincinnati Bengals week 10. If you have any questions about that, I don't know what you want from me. Week 11, you guys win at home against Arizona. Week 12, you lose at home to Jacksonville. You lose at home to Denver. You lose on the road to the New York Jets. Week 15, you beat the Tennessee Titans. You lose to the Cleveland Browns as much as it might sting, and trust me, it will sting. Week 17, you win at home against the Tennessee Titans. And Week 18, you lose to the Indianapolis Colts. Finish with a record of 7-10, 3-3 in your division, 10th in the conference. And honestly, I feel like this is a huge season for the Texans because I feel like the year after this is going to be filled with a ton of predictions for them to win their win their division, possibly make it in the playoffs, and be a team that can compete for the conference. If you agree with me, comment down below. If the Bayou City boys don't agree with me, comment down below. Make sure you like the channel, make sure you like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.